Liverpool willing to walk away from Alexander Isak deal. João Pelhinha completes Tottenham medical ahead of loan move. Newcastle interest in Disasi. Newcastle are interested in Chelsea defender Axel Disasi. Sasha Tavolieri reports there have been talks with the centre-back, who is on their transfer shortlist. Brighton signed Bristol Rovers youngster. Brighton have completed the signing of Kofi Shaw from Bristol Rovers. The 18-year-old will link up with the club's under-21 squad. Morton on verge of Liverpool exit. Tyler Morton is on the verge of leaving Liverpool for Lyon. Fabrizio Romano reports that the 22-year-old will join the League One side in a £15 million deal. Morehouse's new contract and loan move. Manchester United have handed Jack Morehouse a new 3-year deal with the option of a further year. The 19-year-old will also embark on a season-long loan move to Leyton Orient. More on Isak. Ben Jacobs provides more details on both Liverpool's and Newcastle's stances towards Alexander Isak, after their opening bid was rejected by Newcastle. It is all very delicately poised, and Newcastle will still hope to integrate the Swede into the squad. Liverpool willing to walk away from Isak deal. With Liverpool's £110 million bid rejected by Newcastle for Alexander Isak, the BBC is reporting that the Premier League champions could walk away from a deal. That could be a bit awkward for the Magpies frontman. Pelhinha completes Spurs medical. João Pelhinha has completed his medical at Tottenham Hotspur ahead of his loan move from Bayern Munich, according to Fabrizio Romano. The deal will reportedly include a €30 million option to buy clause, with Spurs set to cover the midfielder's salary. Wrexham signed Cody. Wrexham have completed the signing of Connor Cody from Leicester City for a fee of £2 million on a 2-year deal with an option for an additional year. The 32-year-old has said, "I'm over the moon. It's a special day, I'll be honest. We've all seen what the club has done over the past few years, and for me to join is really special, and I can't wait to meet the boys and get started." Ali Como future uncertain. Dele Alli is part of a large contingent of Como players training away from the main squad and is considering leaving the Serie A side, according to Gazzetta. The former England international's red card against AC Milan on his debut for the club has reportedly been a key factor in his omission from Cesc Fabregas' plans. That 10-minute cameo at the San Siro in March was his first and only appearance for Como. Miami could offer Messi 3-year deal. Inter Miami are considering offering Lionel Messi a contract of at least 3 years, with his current deal expiring at the end of 2025, according to Marca. PSG back in talks for Zabarnyi. Paris Saint-Germain are back in talks for Bournemouth defender Ilya Zabarnyi, according to Ben Jacobs. The 22-year-old has reportedly already agreed a 5-year contract and is now waiting for a club-to-club agreement, despite interest from Tottenham. The full package is expected to be close to €70 million should a deal be reached, but there is still some progress needed. It comes following the departures of fellow Bournemouth defenders Dean Huijsen and Milos Kerkez. Newcastle could target Watkins. Another striker to add to the mix now, with Craig Hope of the Daily Mail reporting that Newcastle are likely to make a move to sign Aston Villa's Ollie Watkins if given encouragement. To follow on from the previous post, Watkins notched 16 goals in the Premier League last season, which worked out to be a goal every 163 minutes, while registering 24 goal involvements in total in the competition. It came after a far more fruitful season during the 2023-24 campaign in which he scored 19 goals in the league and registered 15 assists. The numbers behind Newcastle's striker saga. With Newcastle fighting to keep hold of Alexander Isak, while pursuing RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko and Brentford's Jon Wissa, how do the numbers compare between the forwards? Here are the figures for each of the strikers from the 2024-25 campaign in their respective domestic leagues. Chelsea target favors Milan move. Chelsea are interested in Club Brugge's Arden Jashari, but the midfielder favors a move to AC Milan, according to Sasha Tavolieri. The 23-year-old registered 10 goal involvements in 52 appearances for the Belgian side last season. Wrexham agree fees for Cody and more. Championship newcomers Wrexham have agreed fees of £2 million each for Sheffield United forward Kiefer Moore and Leicester City defender Connor Cody, according to Sky Sports. The Welsh side have secured 3 successive promotions in the last 3 seasons, rising from the National League to the Championship. They finished second in League One last season behind runaway winners Birmingham City. O'Reilly gets new number ahead of new deal. Manchester City's Nico O'Reilly has been handed a new number for the new campaign, and Fabrizio Romano reports that a new contract for the academy graduate will be confirmed shortly, following 2 rejected bids from Bayer Leverkusen. Luiz I's Premier League return. Juventus are aware of 3 Premier League clubs in direct contact with the camp of Brazilian midfielder Douglas Luiz, according to Fabrizio Romano. Nottingham Forest and Everton have both reportedly called in recent days, with the former Aston Villa player keen on a Premier League return after 1 season in Serie A. Alexander Isak. Liverpool will not improve bid after Newcastle's snub £110 million offer. Liverpool will not lodge a second bid for Alexander Isak after their initial offer of £110 million was rejected by Newcastle. The Premier League champions were keen on landing the Swedish centre-forward despite splashing £69 million on Hugo Ekitike, whom they beat Newcastle to the signing of last month. The Reds have spent heavily already this summer, snapping up Florian Wirtz in a British record deal worth up to £116 million, while Jeremy Frimpong and Milos Kerkez arrived from Bayer Leverkusen and Bournemouth, respectively, for a combined £75 million. It was widely reported on Friday morning that Newcastle had rejected Liverpool's first official offer for Isak, and the Reds have now called time on negotiations. The Premier League champions will not make a second bid for the Swede, with Ben Jacobs reporting that they considered the pursuit futile. The nature of Newcastle's rejection has led them to abandon their attempts to sign the player. The Magpies were known to be desperate to keep hold of the player, who was open to the move. Liverpool's offer was well short of Newcastle's reported asking price, which the Daily Mail claimed was set at £150 million. Isak is said to be pushing to move to Anfield, and this week flew out to Spain to train at former club Real Sociedad's facilities while current club Newcastle are in Asia on a pre-season tour. The Sweden international missed the trip with a minor thigh issue, and manager Eddie Howe has confirmed transfer speculation played a part in the decision to leave the player at home. Howe also went on to insist he had confidence that Isak would remain a Newcastle player this summer. Newcastle receives stern Alexander Isak message from former coach amid Liverpool interest. Newcastle United's ownership has been issued a blunt warning to remain resolute and block Alexander Isak's departure from St James Park. The Magpies turned down a £120 million, $147 million, package from Liverpool for the Swedish forward on Friday, with the proposal falling short of Newcastle's £150 million, $194 million, asking price. Isak, who found the net 23 times in the Premier League last campaign, has been absent from his side's pre-season tour of Asia, opting instead to train with former club Real Sociedad. It's widely expected that the Reds will submit an improved bid for the 25-year-old. Former Premier League forward and ex-Newcastle coach Dean Saunders has implored the club's ownership to dismiss any subsequent approaches for Isak from Anfield. Saunders, who served under the Magpies during Graham Souness's reign, warned against parting with Isak, declaring, "It's just like punching all the supporters in the stomach." Speaking on TalkSport, the former Wolves and Wrexham boss added, "Newcastle haven't really had a good transfer window, and losing Isak is going to be a massive blow for them. How do you replace him? It's a dilemma because he signed a 5-year contract at Newcastle and he's got 3 years left. Liverpool has come knocking, and he's said to Newcastle, 'Right, I want to go.' The owners are so rich that they could say to him, 'Well, no, you're not going. We don't care what the price is.' Fans will be gutted because it's a great club, and they think that the club is going to climb to the top of the Premier League. And when you start selling your best players, it's just like punching all the supporters in the stomach." Isak transferred to Newcastle in 2022 for a £63 million, $83.7 million, fee from Real Sociedad, with the Spanish side set to receive 10% of any profit if he is sold this summer. Despite United's head coach Eddie Howe insisting throughout the summer that Isak is not on the market, Liverpool continued to show interest. Howe previously told Chronicle Live, "He is still our player. He's contracted to us. We, to a degree, control what is next for him. I would love to believe all possibilities are still available to us. My wish is that he stays, but that's not in my full control." Meanwhile, Newcastle winger Anthony Gordon said, "For Alex, I feel for him too. It's difficult. People forget you're a human being in that scenario. He will be going through a lot. The club is going through a lot. I hope everyone gets what they want in the end." Former Magpies forward Shola Amiabai has also weighed in on the Isak situation. Despite the ongoing uncertainty, he maintained that the owners still have grand ambitions. The Nigerian, who is serving as a club ambassador during the preseason tour, said, "At the end of the day, this is football, and when you are trying to mix it with the best teams, you are going to have great players that other teams want. The thing for us is where we are at as a club, an ownership. We are really ambitious. We want to do our best for the club. They have shown that right from the get-go, and that is not going to change. There are things happening in the background. We are really keen to communicate that the club are going to do what is best for the club. Myself, being somebody who has lived this since I was a kid, it is great to see that ambition. Not only the manager and the staff, but all the ownership, the exec team, and the board, they are all on the same page and want us to win more trophies." Liverpool chief hints at what is to come with Adidas after huge Nike success. Liverpool released their new home and away kits on Friday. The release coincided with the official start of the club's deal with Adidas as kit partner. The Reds agreed to switch over to the German sportswear giant earlier this year, with the now revealed 10-year partnership replacing the 5-year deal that had been in place with Nike since the start of the 2020-21 season. Nike and Puma had both been part of the tender process last year, but it was a return to Adidas, the brand that has a history with the football club through some iconic collaborations over the years, which was chosen to be the most compelling, reuniting the two after 13 years. The launch of the new kits, with a third kit release to come, came on the same day as the club opened the doors to a revamped and expanded official club store at Anfield in time for the friendly doubleheader with Athletic Bilbao on Monday. Liverpool's deal with Nike had been structured differently to the one that is now in place with Adidas. A far lower guaranteed annual sum came the way of the club, around £35 million per year, while the rest of the money arrived through the 25% slice the club received from the sale of Liverpool's/Nike branded merchandise globally. That deal helped propel the value to pass the £65 million mark per year, but the deal with Adidas is understood to be a larger financial boost to the club, although more is arriving via a guaranteed sum. Further money will be accrued through sales and in line with how well the club does on the pitch, something that is aligned with how Adidas operates its deals with other elite clubs. Speaking exclusively to the Echo earlier this year, ahead of the August 1st official launch, Liverpool Chief Commercial Officer Ben Laddie was excited for what the partnership had in store. Said Laddie, "It's exciting." Adidas came out and said in their campaign, which was nothing to do with us, that it was the worst kept secret in football because it was leaked a long time ago. First and foremost, we have to be thankful to Nike for their partnership over the last 5 years. That was a partnership that was structured in a different way. It was really about collaborating with great people and launching great products. We had collaborations with Converse and collaborations with LeBron James. They have been a really good partner for us over those years. But we're excited to move to Adidas. There's a lot of history between us and Adidas, as you know. Some great kits have been made. Fans can expect many different product drops and collaborations as it relates to that partnership moving forward. I think the response to their original announcement sort of said it all in terms of the positive feeling, and that's nothing against Nike either. Nike were a good partner, and we've had huge success actually with that partnership over the term. It just feels like this is the partnership the fans have been waiting for. An agreement with Nike meant that they continued to partner with the club across the preseason tour to Hong Kong and Asia, with the club's 20th standalone store being opened during the Reds' visit to Hong Kong. More stores are planned for the club, including likely in the United States moving forward, as they seek to grow their global audience and serve their hundreds of millions of fans around the world, with physical retail still a huge part of the plan alongside their digital platforms. Last year the club opened up a brand new distribution center in the Netherlands, in partnership with club partner UPS, to better service global demand, with the UK distribution center in Prescott close to capacity. Thanks for watching. Like and comment. Subscribe.